Hello everyone, welcome to my channel and to part 2 of my limited set review / first impressions of the new upcoming set of Magic the Gathering in collaboration with Final Fantasy. So hello everyone, hope you're doing well. Oh, sorry. Alright, here we are with the upgraded outlay here. So we're starting with green, and just a quick reminder of the archetypes, because I've been going through all of it in part 1, archetypes, mechanics and all that. So Azorius is all about artifacts. Hold on, I'm just going to going to put all this. So, Zora's artifacts. Dimir is your classic control archetype. Ragdas is called non-creature spell aggro. Gruul is landfall aggro. Landfall is back. Now Selesnya is go wide, as allegedly I would assume it is an aggro deck. Then Orzhov is our sacrifice archetype. Izzet is big spells, big non-creature spells. Golgari is our graveyard interaction. Boris is equipment aggro, and Simic is town ramp. And what does it mean? We're going to learn together. So without any further ado, let's start. Again, this is going to be my first time reading the cards, so I'm going to just read a card, then we're going to talk through it, we're going to discuss it and whatnot. Yesterday it was so much fun, so let's go. First card in green is Airship Crash. For 3 mana, instant, destroy target artifact, enchantment, or creature with flying, and it has cycling too. Hello there, how are you? So, in this set, there are a lot of artifacts, so I think it is main deckable for sure. Cycling makes it, more versatile, more flexible. I think, yeah, I would probably main deck it. Next up, we have Ancient Adamantoise. So for whooping 8 mana, 5 and 3 green, we have a creature turtle, 8/20, with vigilance and ward 3. It's a mythic, by the way. Damage isn't removed from this creature during cleanup steps. Alright, all damage that would be dealt to you and other permanents you control is dealt to this creature instead. Okay, that makes sense now, right? Toughness 20. When this creature dies, exile it and create 10 tapped treasure tokens. Oh my god. Less creatures with flying though. Yeah, probably, yeah, you're right. So, oh my god, I don't know. Honestly, all this overcosted rares, mythics and whatnot, they just make me feel very uncomfortable, I'm not gonna lie. I just, for limited, 8 mana is a lot of mana. At the same time, we have to see what ramping outlets we have here. Again, I haven't looked at a spoiler, I haven't looked at these cards beforehand. Oh, you're... Okay, let's come back to Airship Crash. Yeah, but you know what, like, if it wasn't for cycling, I wouldn't main deck it for sure, but since it has cycling, I think it makes sense to main deck it. Okay, let's continue. Yeah, I agree. 8 mana, at least it feels better than in other colors. That, I mean, 8 mana in white, for me, like, honestly doesn't make sense. I know that we have Selesnya, but Selesnya is about going wide. And yeah, like Simic is all about ramping. So maybe, okay, but the question is, would you first pick it? Pick one, would you first pick it? I probably wouldn't. This card's text box was an adventure. What? Yeah, I don't know. I may be wrong though. Could it be considered? I mean, honestly, if you're able to cast it, it's very hard to deal with. Like, all of these abilities are pretty annoying for your opponent. It has ward 3, toughness 20. I don't know how to feel about this card, to be honest. I guess it depends. Yeah, it depends on what we have in pack, but the thing is that, you know, like, the damage isn't removed from this creature during cleanup steps. I don't know. Like, first glance at it, it doesn't look that good, to be honest. Just maybe like the flavor of it, right? Next up, Balamp, T-Rexor. 6 mana. Okay, 6 mana is manageable, right? Now, after all these 8 mana spells, 6 mana seems like, you know, yeah, sure. Bring it, like, yeah, I'm taking all of the 6 mana spells. Anyway, it's a creature 6/6 with trample. When it enters, you gain 3 life, and it has 4 cycling. Oh my god, this is probably the best land cycler so far, because it is a very solid creature. Like, we've seen creatures like this before, and they've played out pretty well in green. Like 6 mana, big guy with life gain on ATB, like, perfect. And the fact that it has 4 cycling makes it even better. Like, honestly, if I wasn't green, I would just play it as is, but, you know, like, being it a land cycler, just, yeah, very solid, good creature. Yeah, nice, cheap, exactly. Honestly, yeah, that's how I feel right now. Golgari is the reanimator of colors. That's true, you know? Yeah, we've already seen all of the black cards, so let's see what green brings in addition to that. Bard's Bow. For 3 mana, we have artifact equipment with job select. Equipped creature gets +2/+2, has reach, and is a bard in addition to its other types. Oh, so yeah, job select is a new mechanic. It means when this equipment enters, you create a 1/1 colorless hero creature token, and you attach this equipment to it. And the equip cost is 6, which is a lot. And so baseline, for 3 mana, we get a 3/3 creature with reach, which is, I guess, not so bad. All of these artifacts and equipment, they matter more in Azorius and Boris, I would say. I'm not sure, like, I would say that it's okay. Like, it's not great though, right? Also in Orzhov, all of this job select artifacts, they make sense because you can utilize these tokens, you can sacrifice them, but in green, I don't think it's good. Like, I would say it would be good if it was in red or in blue, you know, but just based on the overall synergy, I don't think that in green you really need that. Also, equip cost is very, very high. Yeah, I agree. Like, it's okay. Like, maybe like a filler type of thing in green. Anyway, just, you know, based on synergy. Yeah, 6 is a lot. Honestly, yeah, just for 2/2 and reach. Doesn't give trample. Anyway. Bards and Boko for 5 mana. We have legendary creature for 3. It is a rare. Affinity for birds. Love it. When Bards and Boko enters, each other bird you control deals damage equal to its power to target creature an opponent controls. Oh wow. Each other bird though. This one doesn't deal damage. Would you first pick it? It is such a weird ability, right? Affinity for bird. Like we've seen in red, there were some cards that create bird tokens, right? I think we've seen a couple of them. So I guess this is more for Google, right? There are some angry birds. Would you first pick it? Would you first pick it? Because otherwise it's just 4/3 for 5 mana. No no evasion, no nothing. So it is a build around. Okay, let's leave it at that, like question mark. Would you first pick it? Wait, maybe we'll come back to it after seeing all the green cards. Next up, Bleeds Ball Shot. For 2 mana, we have instant target creature gets +3/+3 and gains trample on a turn. Okay, this is a solid combo trick. Mostly because it gives trample. So yeah. In this Gruul aggro in any green aggro deck, I would play it. I'll first pick first pack. Okay, I'm curious. Honestly, I'm curious. Let's see other birds. Cactuar. For 1 mana, we have a 3/3. A trample creature at the beginning of your end step. If this creature didn't enter the battlefield this turn, return it to its owner's hand. Oh, okay. This is a funny design. So it's like it's not in haste. I could just say like delayed haste. So the first turn you cast it. Next turn you attack it, then bring it back. And recast it, it stays there, and then you attack, then you bring it back. I don't know. This is kind of funny. But for 1 mana, 3/3 Trampler, guess why not, you know? This it stays on blocks, then next turn it attacks, you bring it back to your hand. I don't know. It's weird. Kind of weird. But all in all, it is pretty aggressive. Yeah, I agree. For Gruul aggro, it certainly fits. Next up, Chocobo Kick. For 2 mana, we have sorcery with Kicker. So our target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to target creature an opponent controls. If the spell was kicked, the creature you control deals twice that much damage instead. And Kicker cost is that you have to return a land you control to its owner's hand, which for a landfall is actually a bonus. So not only it is a premium green removal as always, right? All of these buy spells regardless of the sorcery speed. Honestly, it's so good if you have a lot of landfall payoffs. Oh wow. Yeah, I agree. That's a good point, yes. Every second turn you deal 3 damage. I agree. It's weird, right? Weird design. We haven't seen like a green card at least like this before. So yeah, I'm also curious. But this one is 100% very good. Yeah. Honestly, this Kicker, insane. Just imagine. I love it. Chocobo Kick. Nice. Next up, Chocobo Racetrack. For 5 mana, we have Artifact with Landfall. Let's go! Whenever a land you control enters, create a 2/2 green bird creature token with... Whenever a land you control enters, this token gets +1/+0 until end of turn. Okay, so all the bird tokens, they have this ability, so I'm not gonna repeat it further. Oh well. Listen, I think this is good. This is great, especially considering that you have some cards that allow you to play lands like twice per turn or something like that. Like this kicker, for example, that help you just trigger that landfall is amazing. This is great. Like, I get that it costs 5 mana and like realistically it is your probably like a 6-drop, not a 5-drop, because you want to cast it and immediately trigger that landfall, so bear that in mind. If it was like 1 mana cheaper at least, it would be probably like too good. I don't know, all of this high mana cost, so to speak, they just probably by design make the limited, or like intend to make limited slower, because landfall is a very aggressive, landfall is a very fast mechanic. I guess that was just intentional. I guess it makes sense, and I think that still it is a good card. Good morning, Zafri. So yeah, I mean, I don't know, maybe I just have a soft spot for landfall, but landfall is just crazy good in my opinion and limited, especially like this perfect payoff. All right, a little bit expensive, but yeah, I guess it is justified. We have to see, we have to play. Next up, Clash of the Icons. Or Icons. For 1 mana, we have sorcery, model card. We have to choose. Oh no, yeah, it is model, but we can choose 1 or more. So target creature you control fights target creature an opponent controls. Remove a lore counter from target saga you control. And put a lore counter on target saga you control. That's great. It's great, like cheap, like 1 mana fight spell, and like the rest is not necessarily really. I can imagine that sometimes it would matter, but honestly, just one mana fight spell. Great, perfect. Next up is Coliseum Behemoth. For 7 mana, we have a 7/7 creature with trample. When it enters, choose 1, destroy target artifact or enchantment, or draw a card. I love it. Even though like 7 mana, but I guess we like have to just accept it. That this set is all about expensive spells, right? At least from what we've seen so far. But yeah, like totally. Probably, I don't know about Cruel. Maybe for Simic, where you can ramp out. Like, I'm still hopeful. We haven't seen any of the ramping spells yet. But yeah, sure. It's a good one. Next up, Commune with Beavers. Nice. And yeah, honestly, both of those abilities, like destroy artifact or enchantment or draw card, are relevant. Alright, Commune with Beavers, first of all. Guys, big beaver. So cute, so funny. Alright, so it is a sorcery for 1 green mana. Look at the top 3 cards of your library. You may reveal an artifact, creature, or land from among them. put it in your hand, put the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. You know what? Cards like this, in my opinion, it depends. It just depends on your preference. Some people like to play it, and I guess it's alright. But me personally, I almost never end up playing cards like that. Even though, like in top 3 cards, you would most likely hit something. So, but I don't know. Just I don't know. I'm not a fan of cards like this, to be honest. Exactly. Yeah, that's a good point. They're never bad, but rarely make the cut. Yeah, my experience exactly the same. Synergy, I don't know. It's just, you know, like it is kind of random at the same time. So yeah. Next up, Diamond Weapon. 9 mana. It's like, 9 mana. Legendary artifact creature 8/8. But this spell costs 1 less to cast for each permanent card in your graveyard. So hinting Golgari. It has reach, and it has this ability that is called Immune, prevent all combat damage that would be dealt to Diamond Weapon. Oh wow. Okay, so yeah, I guess if you have this graveyard synergy, self-mill. We need self-mill. Where is our self-mill? Then yeah, sure. Like honestly, okay. Now I see it. Has reach. Oh my god, prevent all combat damage. Like, what are we gonna do about it? That's why we need artifact removal, right? Or something like that. Or that's why, I mean, artifact removal, artifact/enchantment removal makes more sense in this set. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't play it. I probably wouldn't play it. Not probably. But like 90% wouldn't play it in Gruul. In Simic, maybe, like, if it makes the cut, but Golgari, like, this is, of course, specifically made for Golgari. Okay. The Earth Crystal. another crystal. This is the cycle of crystal, and it's a green one. Same thing, 4 mana. It is a rare, so green spells you cast cost 1 less to cast if 1 or more +1/+1 counters would be put on a creature you control. Twice that many +1/+1 counters are put on that creature instead. And for 6 mana and tap, distribute 2 +1/+1 counters among 1 or 2 target creatures you control. I don't know, how we seen... haven't seen a lot of spells that put counters, right? So Selesnya historically is our counters, like +1/+1 counters archetype. Here it is called go wide archetype. I agree. To be fair, I don't know how to feel about these crystals. Like, initially, I just said, like, no, like, this is just unplayable. It is like a card in a rare slot. You invest your whole turn, you do nothing, and, like, maybe it starts working someday, later in the game. I don't know. Next turn, hopefully. But I may be wrong. Honestly, I want to see like how it will play out in reality. But initially I'm just like, again, I'm not convinced. I do not believe in these crystals in limited, but again, I may be so wrong. We have to see. Next up, Esper Origins in green. Love it. For 2 mana, we have Sorcery in a rare slot. Surveil 2, you gain 2 life. If this spell was cast from graveyard, exile it, then put it onto the battlefield, transformed under its owner's control with a finality counter on it, and it has flashback. So, Oh, how do we transform you? Hey. Jaffer! Oh my god! Hello, hello! Thank you so much for your raid! Oh, so nice to see you. Hello, thank you, thank you. Hope you had a wonderful stream. Hello and welcome, welcome raiders. My name is Maria. I usually stream anything competitive on Magic Arena and Magic Online, but since this week is all about the new upcoming set, Magic the Gathering, Final Fantasy, it is a pre-release week. I'm doing my traditional set review, limited set review / first impressions, because tomorrow is the streamer event, early access on Magic Arena, and on Friday, early access on Magic Online. So it is all about this new upcoming set. Space Key, oh, thank you so much. Kaledinus 6, thank you so much for your follow. I appreciate it. Hold on, I need to come back to this. Okay. The standard says really awesome. Oh, I see. That's fun. That's fun. For me, unfortunately, I haven't played Final Fantasy. I even haven't heard about Final Fantasy before this collaboration. So yeah, I cannot relate to any of the characters, unfortunately, but I'm still very excited about the set. So yeah, now it is a part 2 of my set review. Yesterday I did part 1. I'm going to upload it on my YouTube channel, which is at Mr. and Mrs. Spike, as well as this pod, of course. But yeah, we are continuing with green. So as per Origins, like, yeah, we talked about it yesterday, like, as per me, a person who doesn't know a thing about Final Fantasy, it is kind of funny, like, as per Origins in green. Of course, of course. Thank you so much. Appreciate your raid. Thank you. Hope to see you tomorrow at the streamer event. Thank you. All right, let's come back. Let's come back to as per Origin. So, Surreal 2, gain 2. All right, and then we flashback it and transform it, right? And we get a Creature Saga 4/4 with 3 lore counters. First one is reveal the top card of your library. If it's a permanent card, put it to your hand. Okay, second one, add 2 green mana. And third one, other creatures you control get +2/+2 and gain trample until end of turn. Okay, so nice, sweet little overrun here. That's great, honestly. The first thought is probably Golgari, right? So here we have it. Surveil, we fill our graveyard, getting value, then flashback 4 is not a lot at all to get this. Pretty neat, honestly. I like this design. I like it. I would first pick it, yeah. Because the question with all of the rares, would you first pick it? Because rares and commons and uncommons, we have, of course, different expectations from this card. From rares, we expect more. I agree. Honestly, it is just, everything feels reasonable and like everything makes sense about this card, honestly, as the game progresses. Alright, next up is Gallup's Final Act. So for 2 mana, we have instant. Until end of turn, target creature gets +1/+0 and gains. When this creature dies, put a number of +1/+1 counters equal to its power on up to 1 target creature. Like this one, you know, +1/+0. If we just consider it as a combat trick, then like this is very specific, because for a combat trick like this to work, you you need a very specific situation, so you have to have a board presence. You have to keep out this 2 mana, then it just +1. I agree. I don't think it's like, I don't think it's good enough. Honestly, I'd rather just put same 2 mana spell that gives +3/+3 and trample than this. Like, if you compare this to the, honestly, +3/+3 all the way, right? Yeah, this is, yeah. Okay, next up. How do you pronounce it? Gigantoad? 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 Oh my god. 4 mana, 4/4 frog. As long as you control 7 or more lands, this creature gets +2/+2. Oh wow. Listen, I think it's not bad. I don't think it's bad. Because first of all, just, yeah, it's not very synergetic with anything else apart from ramping, I guess. But it is, you know, it is your 4/4/4/4. 4 mana, 4/4. I don't think you can go wrong with that, honestly. In my experience, it's always been good. Like, creatures like this, especially in green, they've always been good. And then 7 or more lands, yeah, it becomes a 6/6 creature. Yeah. You probably don't have to have a lot of expectations from it. It's just, you know, a fair 4/4/4/4, exactly. Next up, for 2 mana, Goop Bue. I apologize. I'm just, I'm lost with all these names. Gardener. For 2 mana, you have a mana dork, essentially. 1/3 that adds 1 green. Sure, fine beast. I like the stats. Pretty defensive. Exactly what you need for your ramp tech. Yeah. Grand Pulse Ochu. Again, I apologize. For 2 mana, we have a 1/1 land beast with Death Touch and an activated ability for 8 mana. Until end of turn, this creature gets +1/+1 for each permanent card in your graveyard. Oh my god. Okay, I guess same thing. You probably don't have to get lost or get focused too much on the ability. Just consider it as a 1/1 for 1 mana Death Toucher, which is, you know, it's always been fine for more defensive kind of decks. Like, I don't know. The ability hints that it would be like the better fit in Golgari, of course, but, you know, like, honestly, Golgari or Simic, I would say. Maybe not Gruul, because in Gruul you want to be aggressive, but it is a fine defensive early game card. That's it. Yeah, exactly. Next up, Geisal. What am I? Geisal Greens? For 2 mana sorcery, create a 2/2 green bird creature token with whenever a land you control enters, this token gets +1/+0 until end turn. And it has flashbacks, that bone. Honestly nice. I love it. Again, here is our bird. Just keeping in mind that rare bird overlord. Yeah, essentially it is your 2-drop, and then you flashback it. Perfect. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, great. Honestly, I love it. Next up, Jumbo Cactuar for 7 mana. Again, 7 mana. It is a rare. 1/7. has an ability of 10,000 needles whenever this creature attacks. Okay, yeah. Its power becomes 10,000. Oh, this flavor. Okay. You know, you would probably want to first pick it just for the flavor, but realistically, would you do that? I remember like this when I first played Final Fantasy. I had no idea how these names were supposed to be pronounced. Oh, actually, that's nice. This was Final Fantasy card on the set. To be fair, like, all jokes aside, what are you gonna do about it, right? It doesn't have trample, but still, like, you have to champ it, right? Every single turn, like, or spend removal on it. So either way, like, you cannot ignore it. That's the thing. But I'm not sure if I would first pick it, to be honest. Like, I'm still processing all of this extremely high mana cost, so I'm not sure. Maybe it's okay. Maybe it's okay for this set. But as a first pick, I'm not sure. I don't like to first pick cards like that. Or fling it. Oh, actually. Yeah. Oh, you can combo it. But again, listen, this is a rare, and that card is a rare. And we're talking limited. Or, yeah, actually, I like immediately when I was talking about how it does not have trample, well, we may give it trample, right? Says I'm talking reasonable stuff. But, you know, it may happen, sure. But yeah, like, if we're being serious, would you first pick it? That's the question. So distracted. I agree. I'm also very curious because when I first look at these cards, they just don't make sense at all. Or some of the cards, they, yeah, you just look at that like, oh my god, what is this? Aw, this is, look at this cutie. Leporit Scout. For 3 mana, have Rabbit Scout 3/2. Whenever another creature we control enters, this creature gets +1/+1 until end of turn. Like, from, you know, after an overwhelming 7 mana, like, craziness, this looks like too normal. So, okay, I guess if you want to trigger that ability, you want to put it in something like Celestia, right? But even then, it's not like you put counters on it, it just gets bigger until end of turn. So, to be fair, like, all in all, it looks like a filler. You know, for 3 mana, we get just a 3/2 body that requires some work. Or, like, realistically, what's gonna happen is that, okay, you cast it on your turn 3. Turn 4, it becomes 4/3, you attack. I don't know. This little guy got lost on the way to Plumborough. Yeah, or on the way back. I don't know, yeah. It's definitely going somewhere. Listen. I'm not sure. At the same time, 4/3 on turn 4 as an attacker is actually not so bad if you think about it. And then if you're able to, I don't know, pump it more than once, like with, I don't know, some token generation, or I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's not so bad as it looks, honestly. If you think about an attacker on turn 4, like 4/3, maybe it's not so bad. But again, you need to cast a creature, right? You need to do something, well, you need to do something on your first main phase, which is not always ideal. So yeah, it is a mediocre card. Precious Wanderings. For 3 mana, have instant search your library for a basic land card or town card. I haven't seen any of the town cards yet, by the way. Put it onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. When you search your library this way, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. Yeah, I mean, here it is. Here is our ramping spell and on instant speed, which is actually huge, right? And you put counter on a creature you control, it's definitely bonus. But the fact that it is an instant is amazing. I love it. Honestly, I love it. Also, towns, I'm very curious about those. Honestly, I would say that it's more than okay. It's great. Your civilization, your ramping, and yeah, combat trick as well. Honestly, great. Next up, Queen Gourmet. For 3 mana, we have legendary creature 2/3. If one or more tokens would be created under your control, those tokens plus a 1/1 green frog creature token are created instead. And it has an activate ability for 2 mana, sacrifice a frog with a +1/+1 counter on Queen. Again, another funny design. My light went off a little. Okay, this looks better. They saved the trickiest names for green. But you know, Queen makes sense. Like, oh, it's a frog queen. Or I don't know what kind of queen. It's her own subjects. Okay. So here it comes. There's Selesnya theme, I guess, right? Token generation and job select equipments make more sense, I guess, in this archetype. So we've seen one so far, right? In green, this 3 mana. I don't know. It's uncommon. I guess it's okay. It's okay if you're able to trigger that, I guess. And if not, you probably don't want to have like a 2/3/4/3. So it's not universal. It requires some building cost, it requires some synergy for sure. I don't know. It could be fun, and like this sacrifice frog, creative activation. Why not? Next up, Reach the Horizon. For 4 mana, have sorcery. Search your library for up to 2 basic land cards and or town cards with different names. Put them onto the battlefield tab, then shuffle. Okay, so now this, like cards like this, I don't really like, because 3 mana rampant spell and 4 mana rampant spells, like it makes huge difference, honestly. Even though, like, yeah, for 4 mana you get 2 lands, and like in this case, put them all onto the battlefield. So let's say this, like in the previous sets, I would probably never play a card like that. But in this set, honestly, maybe, because there are a lot, and when I say a lot, like I mean a lot of overcosted cards, like a lot of cards with like crazy mana cost. Honestly, like 8 mana is like, yeah, normal. 6 mana seems like not much at all. So in this set, you know what, maybe, but like still, like so honestly, like this card, for example, is so much better still. Like this is your premium ramping slash stabilization card, and this is like when you desperately need it, I guess. Next up, Realm Reborn. For 6 mana, we have enchantment in a rare slot. Other permanents you control have tap, add 1 mana of any color. Okay, this looks totally like a constructed design, or I don't know what it is. Double landfall though. Oh, actually. You know what? Maybe, but again, it is very specific to the deck that you're building, I guess. So maybe if you need landfall, if you like really need to ramp out, then it's fine. But speaking of Reach the Horizon and a Realm Reborn, no, no, just no for limited. Right, the Shoe Puff. For 2 mana, we have enchantment with landfall. So for a landfall, we put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. And it has an activate ability for 7 mana. This enchantment becomes a 7/7 beast creature in addition to its other types. Okay. Honestly, this is not bad, I feel like. Usually I say how I don't like permanents that do not affect the board state, so when you cast it they do nothing, but in this case it's different. First of all, you may cast it already, have a creature, make a land drop, put a counter, perfect. Then later on it is a fine mana sink card. Yeah, I like the design of it, and yeah, honestly, all in all, I feel like it is a good landfall payoff. Next up, Iridia's Return. For 5 mana, we have Sorcerer. Choose 1. Creatures you control get +3/+3 until end of turn. Or return up to 2 target permanent cards from your graveyard to your hand. Ooh, this is like, the last one is like grind type of a deal, but for 5 mana, it's too much. Creature you control get +3/+3. Where is my overrun? Where is Trample? Honestly, I don't like it. I don't like it. Same. Yeah, I don't think it's it's not good. Okay, bear with me. Sage Catsroy. Okay, it wasn't so bad. 4 mana, legendary creature, 3/3. When Sage enters, you may you may search your library for a bird or basic land card. Reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle. Whenever Sage attacks, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature, then double the number of +1/+1 counters on that creature. Oh wow. Okay, so first of all, it is a rare. First pick or not? I would first pick it. Like, if there is nothing better, let's say, it is a solid rare. Honestly, even though like 4 mana 3/3 may be underwhelming, but the ETB ability is pretty decent. Even if you don't have any birds in your deck, you just look for land. So it may serve as a civilization as well if you're splashing something, for example, or just the land. For your landfall triggers, again, for example, why not? Like, you know, it's land. It is a value. And then honestly, in attack, like whenever it attacks, you put counters on target creature. You can put counters on itself. Honestly, it does everything. No. Yeah. That's a good one. Yeah, this is a good one, and just, you know, seeing a 4 as a mana cost after 8 and all of that, just this feels normal. This feels good. Okay, that's a good one. We take it. Next up, Sash Chocobo. Okay, here here comes our bird. So birds is actually a theme, right? Anyway, 1 mana, 0/1 bird with landfall. So whenever a land enters, put a +1/+1 control on this creature. Oh, it's cute. It's cute. I like it. Like, honestly, sure, you probably don't want to draw it in the late game, but as your one drop, like, oh my god. Very nice. Yeah, very cute, very nice, very aggro. Here comes our green side quest, which is called Erase a Chocobo. For 2 mana enchantment. When this enchantment enters, create a 2/2 green bird creature token at the beginning of your first main phase. If you control 4 or more birds, transform this enchantment and it becomes Black Chocobo, a creature 2/2. When it transforms, search your library for a land card, put it on the battlefield tab, then shuffle. And it has landfall, so for landfall, yeah, just birds you control get +1/+0. So not only like this tokens, they have this ability for landfall to get +1/+0, but this basically gives them +2. So it adds on. This is very, very nice. Oh, I love this side quest. At the same time, like, I guess the baseline is that for 2 mana you get a 2/2 bird, right? And then if it happens so that you have 4 of those birds, like 3 more, just need 3 more, which may be challenging, I don't know. This is actually a lot now if you think about it, like 4 birds. Your concern with birds is that they will be overdrafted. You think so? I don't know. Like, I haven't seen all the cards, but still in my mind, something like, I don't know, a Boris or a Zorus is easier to draft. I don't know. I may be wrong. It's just, again, first impressions. Yeah, I mean, you would still want to play it even if you don't have a lot of birds, right? Yeah, so sure, why not? It is aggressive. It's aggressive still. 3/4 archetype, green has good removal, and they're very cute. Honestly, the fact that they're very cute is a cute bonus, right? So yeah, you may be right. And yeah, also landfall. Like, I'm pretty sure that a lot of people have a soft spot and very nostalgic feelings about landfall mechanic. So yeah. Oh my god, look at that bird! That Chocobo! Oh wow. Okay. For 5 mana, we have Saga creature 4/4 bird with 4 lore counters. First one is create a 2/2 green bird creature token. Awesome. Oh my god, so for 5 mana, we instantly get 6 power and 2 bodies. Amazing. Alrighty. And the next 3 is creatures you control gain trample until end of turn. And it's common. It's a common. A pleasantly plump summon. Honestly, couldn't have said better. Oh wow, I love it. It is so good, honestly. And this is like, the design of it is just so on point, because at this stage of the game I feel like all of this is just so relevant, because in an aggro deck I would assume, or like, you have to have some board presence. So you cast this, instantly you get +2 bodies to your board state, and then for the next 3 turns they all have trample. Nice. And that's where today the character. Yes. That character costs what, 7 mana? So yeah, 5 mana we cast it, then it's like we move on to 6 mana, we move on to 7 mana. Okay, so we cast our character on a third lore counter, and on the fourth we win. Something like that. Anyway. Yeah, trample. Why not? Just let me drop. Exactly. Alright. Next enchantment saga is Fenrir. For 3 mana, we have a creature 3/2 with 3 lower counters. First one is search your library for basic land cards, put it onto the battlefield tab, then shuffle. Alrighty. Great. Second, when you next cast a creature spell this turn, that creature enters with an additional +1/+1 counters on it. Okay, it's nice. And third one, draw a card if you control the creature with the greatest power or tied for the greatest power. Also nice. But just as is, I love it. Honestly, so good. Creature and ramping / stabilization in one. Alrighty, so good. And then just, you know, some bonuses on top of it. Great. I like it a lot. Honestly, this common and this uncommon are just so good. So far, green is very impressive. Oh, and then we move on to the rare saga creature. We summon Titan for 5 mana, 7/7, reach trample. Okay, it's like, now you're talking. First one is mill 5 cards. Second lore counter is to return all land cards from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. Nice. And third is until end of turn, another target creature you control gains trample and gets +X/+X, where X is the number of lands you control. Oh, now like, speaking of bombs, oh my god, this is so good, so good. And thankfully it costs only 5 mana, but this could be just ridiculous, honestly. Like, for 5 mana we get 7/7 reach trampler for 3 turns. All of the abilities are great. I guess this self-mill specifically will be more valuable in Golgari. This is just, yeah, first pick, no-brainer. It's so good. I feel like it is pretty universal, but in Golgari, just because of the self-mill, yeah, it would be even better. Next up is Summoner's Grimoire. For 4 mana, we have artifact equipment in a rare slot with job select. So equipped creature is a shaman in addition to its other types, and has, whenever this creature attacks, you may put a creature card from your hand onto the battlefield. If that card is an enchantment card, it enters tapped and attack, and equipped cost is 3. So, okay, for 4 mana, we'll get a creature token 1/1 equipped with this. So, next turn it attacks with a creature card from our hand. All of those 8 mana dudes, right? Ideally, in an ideal world. But to be realistic, okay, so if we do have like some amount of saga creatures, I guess, yeah. But all in all, I don't know. I don't think it's that strong. It is quite specific. And imagine, like, if you don't have any cards in hand, right? For 4 mana, you get the 1/1 token. Like, not good enough. Like, in my mind, it's not good enough. And the abilities is not worth it. Yeah, I do not believe in this. In limited. What do you think? Am I missing something? Like, I get that there may be situations where it would be doing wonders, but honestly, like, to be realistic, in the most of the cases, it would just, wouldn't be great, to say the least. And exactly, yeah, speaking of the leg, yeah, exactly what I was talking about. Imagine you don't have any cards. It's your top deck and well. Next up, Taifa Lockhart for 2 mana. It's a rare. 1/2 with trample and landfall. So for landfall, we double Taifa power until end of turn. I guess for a rare, it is underwhelming, right? At the same time, you know, it's a fine aggressive to drop. Just the fact that it is a rare, that kind of bothers me. I'm like a little bit bummed. Because if it was uncommon, it would be just awesome. But since it is a rare, it's like, yeah. Imagine you just open a pack and this is your rare, like, well, okay, I'll take it, but I'm not excited. Like, combined with maybe some additional work with maybe, I don't know, equipments with, I don't know, landfall triggers, more than once per turn, then maybe, but still. Okay, Typh is a much loved character. She's a, okay, I got it. Typha's Limit Break for 1 green mana. We have instant with tiered. Tiered is another new mechanic. We have to choose just 1 additional cost. So just for 1 mana, target creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn. For additional 2, double target creature's power and toughness until end of turn. And for additional 7, triple target creature's power and toughness until end of turn. Okay, so this like, okay, we drafted Taifa, then Taifa's Limit Break, and yeah, it makes sense. So okay, this is like a flavor win here, right? But if we're talking about this card just in vacuum, it's fine. It's a fine combat trick, I would say. Mostly for the first one, for the first option. So for 1 mana, we just get +2/+2 pump, which is not bad, honestly. Not bad, not great. Not great, not terrible. Torgal, a Fine Hound for 2 mana. We have uncommon to 2. It's a legend. Whenever you cast your first human creature spell each turn, that creature enters with an additional +1/+1 counter on it for each dog and or wolf you control. Okay, so I guess this is another flavor thing. And for tap, you add 1 mana of any color. Oh my god, I love it. Oh my god, it's such good to drop. Just for it being a mana dork essentially, and it adds mana of any color. I love everything about this card, and also like this ability may work sometime. What was that? Ultras Limit Break combo kill. Honestly, I feel like there are certain cards that are like that make a perfect combo with each other. Yeah, I'm very curious how it will work out in reality in limited. It's crazy enough to work. Yeah, I mean, flavor win, right? No, but regardless of this static ability, so to speak, it is good, of course. Next up, Town Greeter for 2 mana. We have a 1/1 human. Speaking of, when this creature enters, mill 4 cards. You may put a land card from among them into your hand. If you put a town card into your hand this way, you gain 2 life. Okay, finally. So here we have it. Our self mill. Oh, it's amazing. I love it. I love this card for Golgari. It's probably not a Gruul card because from what we've seen, I feel like Gruul is a really punchy aggro deck, and this is suited more for other green decks, maybe not for Selesnya. I don't know, Selesnya for me is just, I don't know, I still haven't figured it out. It's like somewhere in between of, you know, Gruul and what else, like counters going wide. I don't know. Like Selesnya for me just looks a little bit blank. Oh my god, Town Creature, Golgari, and Simic. So good. It is great. Gets plus. Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, I love it. Perfect to drop for Golgari or Simic. Traveling Chocobo. Hit the Mythic for 3 mana. We have a bird, 3/2. You may look at the top cards of your library anytime. Good. You may play lands and cast bird spells from the top of the library. Awesome. If a land or bird you control entering the battlefield causes a triggered ability of the permanent you control to trigger, that ability triggers an additional time. Okay, so nice. Landfall. Hello. Oh my god. Oh, it's so good. Sniper's big. I agree. Well, yeah. First of all, it's adorable, right? How could you not? But to be fair, like all in all, it's amazing. So yeah, Sniper's pick, and then you just build your landfall aggro deck around it. Awesome. Amazing. Next up, Vanille. Cheerful CA. These names. Anyway, for 4 mana, we have legendary creature 3/2. When it enters, mill 2 cards, then return a permanent card from your graveyard to your hand. Good. At the beginning of your first main phase, if you both own and control Vanille and a creature named Fang, Fearless LCA, you may pay 5 mana. 3, 1 black, 1 green, and if you do exile them, then melt them into Ragnarok Divine Deliverance. Here it is. Legendary creature 7/6, Vigilance, Menace, Tremble, Reach, Haste. When it dies, destroy target permanent and return target non-legendary permanent card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Ooh, actual non-legendary, this may be tricky because there are a lot of legends, but you know what? I feel like if you're able to do all of this, if you're able to melt both of these cards, it's already like achievement unlocked. Just imagine. I think you just, yeah, it's a GG, most likely. Vigilance, Mana, Trample, Reach, Haste. Okay. Honestly. Yeah, Quest and Beast. Wow. Listen, this melding thing, I guess you don't have to focus on that too much because, I mean, like, what are the odds of it happening, first of all? Like, you have to have both of these cards in play on the battlefield, right? Then all that, okay, it's like, well, if it happens, just, you know, make a screenshot, just tag me. I want to see it. But if we just consider it as a separate creature for 4 mana, 3/2, it is a self-mill outlet, return a permanent, so it is a value creature. Yes, it's fine for Golgari. You would probably want something like this in this archetype for sure. Honey, Muthane, Twinkle Fairy, hello, thank you so much for follow, Flo. So yeah, that's, I guess, where I stand in this card. Next up, is it the first adventure card we've seen so far? think it is. Those of Bulgarian fun doing it. Honestly, same. I feel exactly the same. Zenarkand Ancient Metropolis. Oh, and it's a land. It's a land. It's our town, and it's rare. Oh, this is exciting. Oh, it's exciting. Okay, so Adventure Side is a sorcery for 6 mana. Create a 1/1 colorless hero creature token. Put a +1/+1 counter on it for each land you control. Okay, so it basically, like, for 6 mana, you get a 7/7 creature, like a baseline. Yeah, because first you guess adventure, of course, and then you make a land drop. Right? This is how it's gonna work. Oh, this is so nice. I don't know. Also, all of these cards that allow you to look for a town card. So basically, like, with those, so to speak, like ramping spells, you find this card, you create a token, then you have your land town. It may be relevant for like a town synergy or for landfall. So good. This is good. No? Oh, there is a full cycle of this land. Awesome. Ah, okay. Oh, it's a cycle. Oh my god, that's why. Oh, thank you, Zephyr. I guess we'll have to come back to them. That's a bummer, honestly. But yeah, it was my fault. It was my fault. I don't know. For some reason, when I was preparing for yesterday's stream, I could not find that site. For some reason, like MTG set dot review. Anyway, we'll come back to this cycle then. Yeah. Great, honestly. Very good. Respect. Oh, and now what? This is it. We move on to the colorless. Let's probably find this cycle of these townlands, right? So let's try and find them. It is a rare, right? Oh. Common, rare, mythic. What? Where are you? Where? Ah, sorry. You have to... Okay, separately. This way. Oh, here it is. Oh, I totally missed it. Okay. I totally missed it yesterday. Oh, So each card, the Holy See, is a land town in white. Oh, thank you, Zeph. I appreciate it. Okay, so for 5 mana, what do we get? Return up to 2 target artifact or enchantment cards from your graveyard to your hand. I guess it's okay. Like Azorius. Honestly, Azorius looks like an aggro archetype. Same goes to Boras. But I guess it's still nice. Like, it's your plan to recharge in your late game. Orzhov. I guess honestly, I feel like they're all good. Just maybe we can compare them, which one is better. That's okay. It's okay. Alright, now black. Let's find you. Midgar, City of Mako. So for 3 mana sorcery, you may sacrifice an artifact or creature. If you do, draw 2 cards. It's all not bad, honestly. This is quite specific, though. It requires some kind of setup, right? Like compared to that green one, for example. You just need a lot of mana. Like, you just need 6 mana. Boom. You get a 7/7 body. But here yeah, it requires something. But sure. Alright. Oh, we missed blue. I'm sorry. Just all over the place. apologies. Okay, here. G-Dur. Aristocratic Capital. For 6 mana, sorcery, target opponent mills have their library rounded down. I don't know how I feel about that. How do you feel about that? Milling your opponent for 6 mana. Honestly, at this stage of the game, it may be, yeah, very impactful. Have to see. The red one. Lindblom Industrial Regency. So for 3 mana, it's an instant. Create a 0/1 black wizard creature token with whenever you cast an all creature spell, this token deals 1 damage to each one. So all of those 0/1 tokens, wizard tokens that have this ability. Nice. Instant speed. I love it. So this wizard tokens, they're for practice mostly, but sure, why not? This is good. Honestly, I feel like this is even better than the black one. Or like combined. They're also work. I don't know. Like, listen, in the set there are a lot of tokens, and Orzhov is a thing, is like the whole archetype on its own. So no, I guess they all make sense. Just the blue one for 6 mana, mill your opponents. This is like longer. So all right. I guess we can just come back to normal. Come back to reviewing our cards further. So we're done with colors. Now we're moving on to golden / multicolored. So first, multicolored card as Absolute Virtue. For 8 mana, 6, 1 white and 1 blue, we have an 8/8 creature with flying that cannot be countered. It is a mythic. You have protection from each of your opponents. Oh wow. 8/8 flyer. I mean, give you. Honestly, again, this mana cost bothers me so much, but I guess it's normal for this set. So let's just, yeah, if you're able to cast it, it is a bomb. You're probably gonna win the game because yeah, your opponent has to answer it immediately. I would assume, especially at this stage of the game. But yeah, honestly, I'm looking forward to this Wednesday, to the streamer event, to just, you know, try it out to see what all works for myself, because now it looks absurd. Next up, Sid, Timeless Artificer for 4 mana, 2, 1 white and 1 blue. I have 4/4 creature. Oh, it is a signpost in common, right? I think we were talking about them yesterday. Artifact creatures and heroes you control get +1/+1 for each artificer you control, and each artificer card in your graveyard that can have any number of cards named Sid, Timeless Artificer, and it has cycling. I mean, sure. Yeah, as with any signpost uncommon, like you probably have to rate them in regards to the archetype, of course, because, you know, this is the main synergy, and in this colors, they of course they should shine with blast. Like, assuming you're Azores, you have to have a lot of artifacts, right? So here is your payoff for that. Great. Also, like 4 mana for 4/4, it does a lot of things, and if you don't need it, you can just cycle it. Great. But like, is there a situation where you don't want to have it? I don't know. Maybe like in the late game where you looked for a mole or something. I don't know. Like anyway, cycling is always nice to have. Next up, Hope as Time. For 2 mana, it is a rare 2/2 with lifelink. At the beginning of your end step, each opponent mills X cards, where X is the amount of life you gain this turn. Oh, here it is. here it is. Here is the payoff for that life gain, huh? Milling your opponent. Oh my god, but the thing is that it is a rare. It is a rare, and I haven't seen any other good live game payoffs in commons and uncommon slot. But you know, just as for 2 mana to 2 life linker, I guess okay. Right? A little bit underwhelming for a rare, I think. But if you do have some additional life gain and whatnot, this may be a thing, like a sub archetype, this life gain mill. I don't know. Okay, Titus, Lisbel Star is another signpost in common, I think. So for 3 mana, we get a 2/1 creature whenever an artifact you control enters with a +1/+1 counter on Titus, and when it attacks, tap target creature you control. So all I've talked about yesterday, Azorius is an aggro archetype based on artifacts. So and those signposts and commons, they just scream that basically. All right, moving on to Dimir, Emmet Salch. Unstandard for 3 mana, 1 blue and 1 black. We have a 2/4 creature with vigilance. Whenever it enters or attacks, draw a card, then discard a card. At the beginning of your upkeep, if there are 14 or more cards in your graveyard, you may transform Emmet Salch, and it becomes Hades, Sorcerer of Eld, Vigilance 6/6. With during your turn, you may play cards from your graveyard. If a card or token would be put into your graveyard from anywhere, exile it instead. It's a mythic, but it's a very nice one. So Dimir is our classic control archetype. Just on its own, like it doesn't look like a bomby bomb, right? Because 4/2 for 3 mana with vigilance, but at the same time, oh man, 14 is a lot of cards to transform it. 14 is a lot, like really a lot. So I don't know how I feel about it. Looks more like a constructed design to me, for sure. But for limited, I guess it's good too. I just don't think that it's gonna be very realistic to transform it in a game of limited. But yeah, sure. Just consider that it's mythic, you know. Okay, Golbez, Crystal Collector for 2 mana, 1 blue 1. Black, we have a creature, 1/4. The rare. Whenever an artifact you control enters, surveil 1. Okay, so here, you know, like Dimir, we still have some artifact synergy. At the beginning of your end step, if you control 4 or more artifacts, return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Then, if you control 8 or more artifacts, each opponent loses life equal to that card's power. I can imagine how you would want to splash it in your Azorius deck, but just as a Dimir card, Dimir archetype being a control one, let me think. It also looks like, you know, this sub-quest, sub-archetype Dimir artifacts. The melody is pretty strong if you're able to trigger it. Also, you know, filling your graveyard with Surveil. Oh, that's an interesting one. It's not a straightforward Dimir card, I would say, right? Would you first pick it? Like saying goes here. I guess you would if you don't have anything better. But honestly, I would want to splash it for my Azorius Archifact deck rather than building a Dimir one. Yeah, it is defensive for sure. Same time, you see like how it is heavily based on that artifacts synergy. Like you have to have a lot of artifacts. So, and here comes our signpost in common. We talked about those yesterday. So, Loki Call, 3 mana, Death Touch Leveling 2/3. When it deals combat damage to the player, draw a card, then discard a card. You know, solid card. Of course, it is a looter, Death Touch Leveling. Perfect, you know. I like the design of this card. It is a simple one. This is not so simple. This one is simple and, you know, just must include in any deck in blue, black colors. Okay, next signpost icon is Ultimisha, Time Sorceress for 5 mana. We have 4/5 creature and enters our attacks. Again, you surveil. So here we have this theme of filling your graveyard in Dimir. And at the beginning of your end step, if you may pay, I love this, if you may pay, whoop in 8 mana and exile 8 cards from your graveyard, then you transform Ultimisha. It becomes a creature 7/7 with menace, and you just time walk your opponent, basically win the game. Oh, hello, Mina. Hello. Oh, so nice to see ya. Hope you're doing well. Hello. Oh, me too. I'm very excited. Hope we'll get to play together as well. Probably on Thursday, you know, being in the same time zone as the last time. So yeah, you know, like, sure. Ultimisha is fine. In Dimir, of course. Oh. Here it comes again, Sephiroth, Planet's Hair for 6 mana in Dimir colors. We have 4/4 Vigilance. When it enters creatures your opponents control, get -2/-2 until end of turn. And whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, put a +1/+1 counter on Sephiroth. And this is bomb. Even though, like, base power and toughness might look underwhelming for 6 man, like, come on. It is a creature and a sweeper in one, and then it just gets ginormous. Well, in the ideal situation, or even if you're able to, I don't know, destroy 2 creatures already. Here you have your 6/6/4/6, right? Or maybe even bigger. No. I play Sildar Draft mostly. I think that tomorrow, since Premier Draft is not going to be available on Thursday, I'm going to play Premier Draft tomorrow. And on Thursday, maybe I'll start with Sild and then continue with Quick Drafts. Something like that, I feel like. Could be fun. Super didn't get the memo about things being overcost in the set. Honestly, feels like it. No, it's a bomby bomb. Like, all things considered. Like, yeah. Next up is Xande Dark Mage. 4 mana. It's a rare. 3/3. And it's rare to have a 4 mana rare as well. Anyway, it has menace, and it gets +1/+1 for each non-creature, non-land card in your graveyard. Which makes sense in this colors, right? Because Dimir is a control archetype. No, it's good. It's good. Here's your finisher, basically, in these colors. Okay, moving on to practice. Black Waltz number 3. It is a signpost uncommon in Rakdos. It is a wizard, by the way. So for 4 mana, we get a 2/2 flying Death Touch. And it has, whenever you cast a non-creature spell, it deals 2 damage to each opponent. So again, same thing as I said yesterday. You have to build around it. Of course, it has to belong to this specific non-creature spell Rakdos deck. Of course, otherwise, like 4 mana to 2 flyer this, it's just maybe not good enough, right? But honestly, I am personally very excited about this particular archetype because I feel like it may be like very punishing, you know, and it may snowball pretty fast with all those wizards tokens, and with this too, like you can ping your opponent pretty fast without even dealing combat damage. So yeah, like, maybe Cruel and something like Boris are the most obvious archetypes of all, and Azorius as well. You know, you just draft artifacts and that's it. Here you have your aggro deck, but this one is maybe harder to put together, but I'm very excited about this one personally. Next, Sandboss in common is Carland, Knight of Cornelia for 2 mana, 1 black, 1 red. We have a 3/2 creature. Already, you know, if you're in these colors, it is pretty aggressive. For 2 mana, you get a 3/2 creature, and whenever you cast a non-creature spell, you surveil. Then, if you can pay, if you may pay, a 7 mana, return this card from your graveyard to battle transform. So perfect, you know, you can play it from your graveyard basically later in the game if you have this amount of mana, and it becomes a 5/5 flying demon. When it dies, put it on the bottom of its owner's library. Awesome. I love everything about this card, honestly. It's such a good design. So compared to this one, when this is very specific to the archetype, this is just good. It's just good in these colors. Next up is a rare Kuja, or Kuja. Genome sorcerer for 4 mana. We have a 3/4 legendary in a river slot. At the beginning of your end step, create a tap 0/1 black wizard creature token. Oh, let's go. Then, if you control 4 or more wizards, transform Kuja. Okay, and transformed, it becomes a 4/6 Trans Kuja Fade-Defied with if a wizard you control would deal damage to permanent or player deals double that damage. Okay, I'm excited. I love it. Okay, or you know, I just have a soft spot for Rakdos in general. I'm a Rakdos girl through and through. Maybe that's why as well. But yeah, oh wow, this is so good. Honestly, I would definitely first pick it and then just build around it. Again, I may be biased, but I'm definitely excited about this archetype. Let's see tomorrow how it goes, right? Okay, moving on to Cruel. So, Balthier and Fran for 3 mana. We have a rare 4/3 with Reach, 2-man rabbit. Vehicles you control get +1/+1 and have Vigilance and Reach. Oh, this is interesting. There are some vehicles, but there are not a lot of them, right? And whenever a vehicle crewed by Balthier and Fran this turn attacks, if it's the first combat phase of the turn, you may pay 3, 1 red, 1 green, and if you do after this phase, sorry, there is an additional combat phase. Okay. This is unexpected because I was thinking, okay, so Cruel is all about landfall. So here we have a specific vehicles vehicle synergy. I think this looks more like a constructed design to me because again, there are not a lot of vehicles in the set, and I didn't even remember like vehicles in this particular colors, to be honest. So I don't know. I would probably skip on this. What do you think? If you open it in your pack, I don't know. Moving on, Gladiolus, Amishiria. Oh my god, this is Sorry, this is impossible. So, this is a sign cost in common. We were talking about it yesterday. So for 6 mana, we get a 6/6 body. When it enters, search your library for a land card, which on the left with tap, then shuffle, and of course, instantly we have landfall. So it is a payoff and enabler in one, because what it does for landfall, another target creature you control gets +2/+2 and gains trample until end of turn. So perfect top end for a Gruul deck. Honestly, just maybe exactly what you need to finish the game. Really, just, you know, go for lethal, trigger it twice maybe. Checking vehicles. Thank you, appreciate it. Yeah, so there's hardly anything for Gruul. Okay, so the Baltier and Fran is unfortunately a pass for limited, but Gladiolus, Amishitia is a good one. Honestly, it is exactly what you need for a Gruul deck. Perfect top end. Another sign cost in common in Gruul is Redia, Summoner of Mist. For 2 mana, we get a 1/2 body with landfall. And what it does, you may discard a card if you do draw a card. So I can ramage for a landfall, and it has X and tap. Return target saga card with mana value X from your graveyard to battlefield with a penalty counter on it. It gains haste until end turn, and you can activate only sorcery. This is like best of both worlds, right? There are some very good sagas, creature sagas in colors, in black, in red and green, and of course a landfall. It's not nothing. Ramaging is not nothing. So you may, it's not like obligatory. I like it. It requires some building costs, I feel like, to get the maximum value out of it. But honestly, yeah, sure. It's good. Okay, moving on to the Mythic, Gruul Mythic. Terra Magical Adept for 3 mana, a 1/1 red and green. My creature 4/2. When it enters, mill 5 cards. Put up to 1 enchantment card milled this way into your hand. And it has an activate ability for 6 mana and tap, exile Terra, then returned to the battle transformed, and it transforms into a creature saga 6/6 with flying with lore counters. So first 3 ones are create a token that's a copy of target non-legendary enchantment you control. It is a legendary one, okay. It gains haste if it is a saga. Put up to 3 lore counters on it. Sacrifice it at the beginning of your next end step. Interesting. Oh, also Esper Terra. And the 4th one is add 2 white, 2 blue, 2 black, 2 red, 2 green mana, exile Esper Terra, and then return it to the battlefield. Which means that... oh no, it does not have haste. So you mill it, all that. Listen, this is quite a build around. It is a build around on sagas, right? On this enchantment creature sagas. Again, Esper Terra is not an Esper colors at all. Esper is green. What? But yeah, would you first pick it? I think I would, and I would try and just build around it for sure. This looks fun, and also, again, all the, or almost every single creature saga that we've seen so far in these colors have been good, or even better than that, right? Great. Terra feels okay as a big one. I could hope to get some build around, but That's true. That's true. So like you have there is a certain deck building cost to it for sure. Like otherwise, yeah, it's not good enough. So yeah, let's leave it at that then. Next up, Garnet, Princess of Alexandria for 2 mana in green and white. So we're moving on to Selesnya now. 2/2, it is a sign cost in common, I believe. Lifelink. Whenever it attacks, you may remove a lore counter from each of any number of sagas you control. Put a +1/+1 counter on Garnet for each lore counter removed this way. So listen, in the memo, it says that Selesnya is a go wide archetype, but all the cards that we've seen so far in Selesnya, or cards that may be related to Selesnya, they put counters, so there is definitely still this +1/+1 counter synergy. So Selesnya remains true to itself, I would say. I don't know how about going wide really, but yeah, definitely +1/+1 counter theme. So I guess it's alright, right? It's just a 2 mana, difficult 2 mana, but still it is your 2-drop with lifelink. Then I'm not sure how I feel about this ability, to be honest. I'm not very excited. I don't know. What do you think? Selesnya's archetype, this set is playing white and green cards. To be honest, from what I've seen, I have the exact same impression. I cannot put my finger around it, honestly. I don't know. Like the rest of the archetypes, you can see it, you can feel the synergy with Selesnya. Like, yeah, let's play green and white, sure. Next up is Reno Heartily. For 5 mana, we have a 4/4. When it enters, create Angelo, a legendary 1/1 green and white dog creature token. Now you're talking, right? And yeah, we've talked about it yesterday as well. So whenever Reno Heartily attacks, another target creature you control gets +1/+1 until end of turn for each creature you control. Okay, so here we have this design of going wide, so you have to like have some board presence, ideally a lot of creatures, right, for it to work. But honestly, like, it's solid on its own. So if you happen to be in green and white, sure, you would want to play it. Okay, our Selesnya rare Sarah Farron for 3 mana, 2/2. The first legendary creature spell you cast each turn costs 2 less to cast. Okay, well, thank you. That's actually not nothing. This may be very impactful. At the beginning of combat on your turn, if you control 2 or more other legendary creatures, you may transform Sarathar. And honestly, this is not going to be hard to do. Actually, there are a lot of legends in every rarity. I'm not sure about commons, but in the uncommon slots, there are a lot of them. And of course, rares. So it transforms into Crystallized Sarah, legendary artifact. The first legendary creature spell you cast each turn costs 2 less to cast. Same thing. And legendary creatures you control get +2/+2. So our legends synergy, again, probably is more of a constructed design, but so pick one. Yes or no? I probably wouldn't, but at the same time, I feel like it's not nothing and it's not gonna be too hard. Also, I feel like if you happen to first pick it, you can just maybe go into multicolored situation. Maybe there is this hidden multicolored archetype. You can just, put all of the legend, all the bombs, all the good stuff together. And yeah, just green-based multicolored deck. Why not? Yeah, but I feel like this is not like your straight up Selesnya archetype. This is like for a hidden multicolored green-based archetype. Anyway, next up is a mythic Yuna, Hope of Spyra. For 5 mana, we have a 3/5 legend. During your turn, Yuna and enchantment creatures you control have trample, lifelink, and ward 2. At the beginning of your end step, return up to one target enchantment card from your graveyard to the battlefield with a penalty counter on it. Nice. So this is another build around. Based on this enchantment creature sagas, right? And the fact that you can bring back all of the sagas. Oh, this is nice. I like it. But yeah, definitely, again, build around, deck building cost, but the thing is, I don't think it's going to be hard. But we have to see, right? It's hard as hell yet, but I love it. I love it. And yeah, you can just, you can see where you need to go with this. Okay, so this feels pretty good as pick one. Yeah, exactly. I feel like Yuna as well as Sarah Farron in particular, they feel like they fit this green-based multicolored hidden archetype. I don't know, but yeah. Moving on to Orzhov, Judge Magister Gabranth. So this is our signpost in common for 2 mana, 2/2 menace. Whenever another creature or artifact you control dies, put a +1/+1 counter on it. So Orzhov is a sacrifice archetype, and it does exactly that. So it is your payoff for sacrificing creatures and artifacts. It is pretty aggressive because it has menace. But speaking of Orzhov, now that we've seen all the white and black cards, I don't know. I'm not super excited about it, to be honest. I don't know. I would think that it is more of a mid-range kind of a deal, mid-range deck. So yeah, this, like, the design of it looks pretty aggressive, this particular card. Next up is Rufus Shinra, another signpost uncommon for 3 mana, 2/4. Whenever it attacks, if you don't control a creature named Darkstar, create Darkstar, a legendary 2/2 white and black dog creature token. So here, you know, this dog, it is an expandable body for you, but Rufus has to attack, Rufus has to work. But I guess, yeah, maybe aggressive, it may be on the control side of things, so yeah, Orzhov is still a mid-range deck, I would think. That's good. Next up, Squall Seed Mercenary. For 4 mana, we have a rare 3/4 with whenever a creature you control attacks alone against double strike until end of turn. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, return target permanent card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Oh, this is nice. Okay, so we can bring back whatever we sacrificed earlier, right? Because I would assume that you want to have expandable creatures and whatnot for not a lot of mana, right? So all of these expandable permanents, they have to be cheap, then you can bring them back. Again, being it a rare, we can first pick it and try to build around it, this Orzhov archetype. I guess, yeah, why not? But me personally, I'm not super excited about this archetype. It's just maybe the matter of preference, to be honest. Moving on to Izzet. This is our signpost in common, the Emperor of Palamisha. 2 mana, we have a 2/2 creature. It is mana dork essential, so you can add blue or red and spend this mana only to cast a non-creature spell, which, you know, fits like the whole idea of the archetype perfectly, because Izzet is all about big non-creature spells, and this one, it ramps you to cast those spells. Perfect. And whenever you cast a non-creature spell, if at least 4 mana was spent to cast it, put a +1/+1 counter on the Emperor Palamisha. Then, if it has 3 or more counters on it, transform it, and it transforms into the Lord Master of Hell. 3/3 creature. Whenever it attacks, it deals X damage to each opponent, where X is the number of non-creature non-land cards in your graveyard. So this can actually become finisher, honestly, for you. So through and through, just so good. I love the design of this card. Just very smooth in this particular archetype. I think you would definitely need it if you're in Izzet. Next signpost in common is Shintato, Tactician Magician. For 3 mana, we have a 0/4 legendary creature. With whenever you cast a non-creature spell, it gets +X/+0 until end of turn, where X is the amount of mana spent to cast that spell. If X is 4 or more, draw a card. So again, payoff for those big non-creature spells, expansive non-creature spells. Otherwise, like, it's not exciting, of course, but it is a signpost in common. It has to stay true to the archetype, and it certainly does. Honestly, I love the Emperor much better, the design of this card, but it is also fine. It all look cute. It is definitely very cute. Dwarf Wizard. Moving on to our rare in the Izzet colors, Tella Great Sage. For 5 mana, 3/3. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, create a 1/1 colorless hero creature token. Okay. If 4 or more mana was spent to cast that spell, draw 2 cards. If 8 or more mana was spent to cast that spell, sacrifice Tella, and it deals that much damage to each opponent. That much damage, so 8 or more damage. Whoa. Nice. So again, first pick or not? Would you first pick it? I love everything that it says. It just, sells me these archetypes 100%, but at the same time, like, what are the cons? Of course, you have to build around it. Like, absolutely 100% for it to work, you have to build around it. And I don't know how easy it's gonna be, because in a game of limited, like, you have to have creatures still, so this non-creature spell archetype is usually hard to put together. And yeah, we have to see how easy or how hard it's going to be in this particular set. And also for 5 mana, you get a 3/3 body, which is underwhelming, but the ability is good. It's kind of crazy. So imagine, okay, cast this next turn, we cast our non-creature spell with mana value 4 or more, so we create a token, plus we draw 2 cards. Whoa. Oh, yeah, we can splash it into Ragdas. It is a wizard. Yeah, so Grixis, yeah, we can see like maybe a similar theme here. Sure. Yeah. To be honest, I would first pick it. I don't know. Again, it's a matter of preference, I feel like, but I would first pick it and then try to build around it for sure. And it's splashable, yeah. Oh, next up is Vivi Ornitier. hope I'm pronouncing it correctly, but at this point, I kind of gave up in pronunciation. So anyway, it's a mythic for 3 mana, 0/3, with an activate ability for 0. Add X mana in any combination of blue and or red, where X is Vivi or Nitia's power. Activate only during your turn and only once each turn. Whenever it casts a non-creature spell, put a +1/+1 counter on it and it deals 1 damage to its opponent. Okay. Alright, so here is our Pinger, but it is in a mythic slot. Like, why? Spent mana spent. Oh, that's a good point, yes. True, true. But of course you would get max value out of it for this expensive non-creature spells. Now, speaking of Telegrade Sage. And what do we think about Vivi or Nitie? It is a wizard. I feel like this is just such a bomby payoff for all that, for all the non-creature spells, while this one, it also requires work. It requires a certain deck build cost for sure. It is a Pinger. Okay, we cast it turn 3. Next turn, we cast some non-creature spell, we put a +1/+1 counter on it, it pings, and instantly that turn we can add like 1 mana, right? I don't know. So it kind of slow. It is kind of slow. It requires some work, but honestly, now that like the more I think about it, for the late game, it can be quite insane. You might be in that Grixis space again. Yeah, I agree, you know. This is definitely worth the splash if you were in Ragdos, for example. This one, I'm not so sure. And also, I don't know if I would want to first pick it compared to this one. Because this is not such of a payoff, but you know, it's just like, it is like a tool for those non-creature spells. Like, I don't know. Not a great payoff. I don't know. And it's a mythic. Am I wrong? Am I wrong about Vivi for limited? It's just, okay, even if we assume that the format is slow, a lot of work. It's a mythic. I don't know. I don't know how to feel about Vivi, honestly. Yeah, we have to play to just see. Okay, let's move on to Golgari, and here is our first card, Cloud of Darkness for 5 mana. This is our Sandcastle common, I believe, right? 2/1 black and 2 green, 3/3 with flying. With when it enters, target creature opponent controls gets -X until end of turn, where X is the number of permanent cards in your graveyard. So here you have it. You have to have a lot of permanents, mostly creatures, I would assume. In Golgari, as always, you have to fill your graveyard, and then yes, you have your creature and removal in 1. Honestly, the mana cost makes sense. So at this stage of the game, you would have some cards in your graveyard, or you have to have in these colors at least. And then yeah, sure, this should work in this colors. Next St. Boston common is X-Death Void Warlock for 3 mana. You have a 3/3 creature. When it enters, you gain 3 life. Already nice. At the beginning of your end step, if there are 6 or more permanent cards in your graveyard, transform X-Death. 6 is feasible, especially in Golgari. So it transforms into Neo, X-Death, Dimensions, and X3 trample, where X or its power is equal to the number of permanent cards in your graveyard. It's okay. Overall, not great, not terrible, right? It's fine. It's a fine creature, I would say. Like, if you're in these colors, sure, why not? And rare in Golgari colors is Genova, Ancient Calamity. For 4 mana, we have a creature 1/5. It's an alien. At the beginning of combat on your turn, put a number of +1/+1 counters equal to Genova's power on up to one other target creature. That creature becomes a mutant in addition to its other types. When a mutant you control dies during your turn, you draw cards equal to its power. Okay, pretty nice. The question is, would you ever pick it? So here we do not have like a straightforward graveyard synergy, so there is none of that really. Actually, it is more so for this +1/+1 archetype, Selesnya. Is it for Selesnya? Is it a splash for Selesnya, actually? 1/5. It is quite defensive. Again, you need like board presence, right, for it to work. Or you know what? You can also splash it in Orge of Sacrifice. So if you open it, I don't know. You probably don't have to be in Golgari specifically. Juno is part of the secret green base legendary archetype. True, that also may be it. So yeah. If you decide to first pick it, maybe at least I wouldn't be focused more on Golgari, on that graveyard interaction, but rather on this +1/+1 counter synergy. So yeah, this is a very specific one, not gonna lie. So I'm not sure. Okay, let's move on to Horus, and this is our signpost in common Geoth, King of the Dwarves, for 2 mana, 1/1 double strike. Whenever Geoth or another dwarf you control enters, and whenever an equipment you control enters, you may discard a card, you can draw a card. Yeah, we talked about it briefly yesterday, so makes sense, you know. Boros is an aggro archetype based on equipments. It all makes sense. Like, being it a 1/1 double strike just suggests that you just equip it and then do something, attack and whatnot. Also, Remington is not nothing in these colors. All in all, just, you know, a solid drop in these colors, of course. Joshua Phoenix is dominant. It is a rare in Boros colors for 3 mana, 3/4. When it enters, discard up to 2 cards, then draw that many cards. And for 5 mana and tap, you exile it, then return it, transformed. And it transforms into Saga creature 4/4 with flying and lifelink with 3 lore counters. First 2 are it deals 2 damage to each opponent, and the third one is return any number of target creature cards with total mana value 6 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Exile Phoenix, then return to the battlefield front face up. So it returns as Joshua again, so it becomes Phoenix, Warden of Fire, then Joshua Phoenix is dominant. Great, honestly. I don't think like cards like this, rares like this, they do not need a lot of work. Like, it feels just easy, you know, with this ones. It does not need anything additional, really. Already, for 3 mana, you get a body 3/4. Good, right? ETB, also useful. Then 5 mana is more than doable to, like, transform it. Nothing else is required. Maybe, like, first 2 lore counters are underwhelming, but maybe not, because Boros is an aggro archetype. flying lifelink, like all in all, just, you know, very, very elegant design. Finally, we have a very, very good rare for limited. Yeah. I love it, of course, like, great. Easy. Lightning Army of 1. It's a mythic in Wars colors for 3 mana. We have a 3/2 first strike, trample, lifelink. With whenever lightning deals common damage to a player until your next turn, if a source would deal damage to that player, or a permanent that player controls deals double that damage instead. Okay, so basically what? It deals 6 damage, right? Or not? No. It already. Hold on. It's a bit confusing. So it deals damage. Okay, for 3, and then until our next turn. So yeah, this is just. Yeah, I think it deals 3 damage, and then if you deal additional damage, I don't know, bingo or something, then it doubles. That's how it works, I think. Yeah. So it is a mythic. Listen, compared to this one, it is kind of for 3 mana we get, yeah, sure, wait, it has first strike, it has travel, it has lifelink, but it is a 3/2. And it does not transform. This is like, this feels worse than Joshua, and it's a mythic. It doubles combat damage from non-first strikers. Ooh, the sun. Okay, yeah, gotcha. So yeah, we're gonna, okay. Yeah, let's imagine the situation where, like, we have a board state, we attack, so first strike resolves, and then normal damage. Oh my god, okay. Listen. I see. Yeah, now it makes sense, right? First strike, trample. I mean, of course you would first pick it, right? Just the fact that it's mythic, but okay. No, I see. Oh my god, this can just, yeah. Honestly, yeah. Oh, it is fast. It is super aggressive, right? Nice. Okay. Moving on to Signpost in common. Sedan, Tantalus Thief, 5 mana, 3/3. When it enters, gain control of target creature and opponent controls until end of turn. Untap it, it gains lifelink and haste until end turn. And whenever an opponent gains control of a permanent from you, you create a treasure token. So this last ability, we talked briefly about it. There is a card where you could give your opponent a permanent that you control, and then you draw a card. But other than that particular card, I haven't seen any synergy with that, but it doesn't matter. Honestly, it is a 5 mana threaten on Lex. Which is nice. Honestly, this can be exactly what we need in these colors, just to steal that blocker and still damage with it for lethal, right? Nice. Another mythic Cloud, Planet's Champion for 5 mana for 4. During your turn, as long as Cloud is equipped, it has double strike and indestructible. Equip abilities, you activate the target Cloud cost 2 less to activate. Oh wow. Okay, but it needs that big sword. It needs that big sword. Without that sword, it's just 4/4, 4/5 mana. So if we think of Lightning or Joshua, these two, they don't need much. Honestly, they just work on their own. But Cloud needs work. That's why it's worse than the previous ones. But I guess it would still first pick it, and you know, it should be pretty easy to build around it. There are a lot of those equipments in the set. Okay, let's move on to Simic. Kind of mysterious archetypes, so I'm curious to see cards in this combination. For Cloud, you're counting on some equipment flying around from the trade zone. I guess. Yeah, I guess so. Okay, first, this is our sign cost in common in Simic. Ignis Scientia. For 3 mana, 2/2, when it enters, look at the top 6 cards of your library. You may put a land card from among them onto the battlefield tapped, put the rest on the bottom of your library in any random order, and it has an activity ability for 3 mana and tap, exile target card from a graveyard. If a creature card was exiled this way, create a food token. So we talked about it. You know, all in all, just in general, like regardless of this archetype, great. Honestly, top 6 cards is a lot. Of course, you can always fizzle out, but essentially it is a creature that ramps you out, which is amazing. And also this ability, Grave Hate, is also not nothing. You know, there is a grave interaction for sure, like Gary and Demir. So yeah, of course it's a good one. This ability is another Sandbox Common Mega Heartless Evolution for 7 mana, 8/8. With when it enters, for each opponent, tap up to 1 target non-land permanent that opponent controls, put X stun counters on each of those permanents, and you gain X life, where X is the number of non-basic lands you control. Which, like, the last one is questionable, but this may be just what you need in Simic, just to ramp out to it. And yeah, you tap all of the no, hold on, you tap just 1 target non-land permanent. You can still get a decent attack, right? But this again, like this 7 mana, I mean, it makes sense for this archetype because you have to ramp out. It is a ramp archetype. But this particular card, I don't know. So you tap up to 1 target permanent, then put in stun counters is questionable. And also, now that we've reviewed this crazy fast Boris cards, it looks just like probably won't survive if you pair it against something like that, something like Boris. I don't know. The Wandering Minstrel for 2 mana. It's a rare. Instant colors 1/3. Lands you control enter untapped. Beginning of combat on your turn. If you control 5 or more towns, create a 2/2 elemental creature token that's all colors. And for 8 mana, 3 and all of the colors, other creatures you control get +X until end turn, where X is the number of towns you control. This towns. This town ain't big enough, huh? So, again, it looks like a constructed design. Right. Exactly, my thoughts exactly. And for limited, would you first pick it? I probably wouldn't. have to see other towns. And how many are there? I don't know. Is it even possible? And is it worth it? Draft this town? Because like when you draft a town, being it's a land, right? It's not like a real card for your deck. It is a land, but like you pick it, like it's a real pick at the same time. So instead of a card, so there is this cost. I don't know if you get my meaning. I don't know if it's worth it. That's the point. So yeah, let's just, I guess, skip it for limited. This I constructed card. Wandering Minstrel. Oh, now multicolored. Let's go. So Choco, Seeker of Paradise in band colors. So 4 mana, 1 green, 1 white, and 1 blue. We have a bird, 3/5. Whenever one or more birds you control attack. Look at that many cards from the top of your library. You may put one of them into your hand, then put any number of land cards from among them onto the battlefield tapped and the rest to your graveyard, and it has landfall. Whenever land you control, Choco gets +1/+0 until end of turn. Ooh. Yeah, I mean, of course. Nice. Oh, I love this type on birds. So if we assume that we only have Choco, Seeker of Paradise, we attack with it, and then we just see our first top decks, so only one card, right? And the it's nice, honestly. It looks like a pure value. I love it. I love Choco. I would first pick it and then try to build around it. Green is strong. I'm not sure how I feel about that particular color combination though. Band. I don't know. Not gonna lie. I'm not sure. but I like this card. Just thinking about the overall synergy. Next up. I love it. Agreed. Another first pick for cute, and then yeah, try to work it out. Exactly. Here we have it. This is called Esper, excuse me. Noctis, Prince of Lucis. For 4 mana, 1 and Esper colors. None of this green nonsense this time. White, 1 blue, and 1 black. We have a legend, a 4/3 with lifelink. You may cast artifact spells from your graveyard by paying 3 life in addition to paying their other costs. Okay. If you cast a spell this way, that artifact enters with a finality counter on it. Okay, so another splash for your Azorius deck. Great, honestly, very nice. I like it. This is easy. This one, I feel like it will require some working things out. This is pretty straightforward. You just draft Azorius artifact and you splash it, and you're good. That's how I feel about it. Ooh, Grixis, Kefka, Court Mage, 5 mana, 2, 1 blue, 1 black, and 1 red. Have a creature 4/5. When it enters or attacks, each player discards a card. Then you draw a card for each card type among cards discarded this way. It is a wizard, of course. Makes sense. And for 8 mana, each opponent sacrifices a permanent of their choice. Transform Kefka, activate only sorcery. Huh, this is interesting. Let's see. So it transforms into Kefka, Ruler of Ruin, creature 5/7 with flying. Whenever an opponent loses life during your turn, you draw that many cards. Okay. So each player discards a card. But then you draw a card. I'm just thinking about synergy, really. So that ability is going to be useful if you need to fill your graveyard. What else? What else? 8 mana is a lot of mana, but maybe it's okay for this particular set again, right? Honestly, this looks harder than the previous ones. Also, maybe not as impactful. He's drawing a lot of cards, well, allegedly. And what if, you know, there is nothing to discard? It feels like it matter. Honestly, yeah. Yeah, I don't like it. To be honest, yeah, I would pass. If I open it, I would pass. That's it. Moving on, Sin Spyrus Punishment are Multicolored, so 7 mana for 1 black, 1 green, 1 blue, 7/7 flying. Whenever it enters or attacks, exile a permanent card from your graveyard at random, then create a tap token that's a copy of that card. If the exile card is a land card, repeat this process. Bomb. This is a bomb. Like, this doesn't need anything else, right? You just, yeah, just pay this 7 mana and you're good. Oh wow, this is not bad. Looks like it would be a better fit for that Golgari deck, but honestly this color combination is just perfect for this type of card, because like 7 colors is your ramp archetype, Golgari is your graveyard attraction, and it's like just, you know, the best of both worlds. Exactly. I think it's gonna be easy. This is easy. Right, so this is it for Multicolored. Oh, let's move on to Colorless. First card is Summon Bahamut. This is our creature saga. For 9 mana, 9/9 flying. Listen, better be good. It's a mythic. It has 4 lures. First 2 are destroy up to 1 target non-land permanent. Fair enough. Third one, draw 2 cards. Good. 4, this creature deals damage equal to the total mana value of other permanents you control to each opponent. Oh my god, this wording though. This wording though. But okay. Oh, other permanents. And if you don't have any other permanent, but it doesn't matter, you know. I guess if you're able to cast it, you're most likely are going to win. Oh wow! Now the fact that it is colorless, nice. Yeah, easy. I guess easy first pick, and then you could try to just be in green so you can ramp out, right? Something like that. Also, all this saga, creature saga interaction or synergy that you can bring them back. Maybe, I know there were some cards like that in Cruel. Yeah, no, of course, like, it is first pick regardless of the mana cost, but honestly, this mana cost still, I have trouble accepting this mana cost. Next up, Ultima, Origin of Oblivion. Okay, now 5 mana. Thank you for that. It is a rare 4/4 with flying. Whenever Ultima attacks, put a blight counter on target land. For as long as that land has a blight counter on it, it loses all that types and abilities and has add 1 colorless. Whenever you tap land for colorless, add an additional colorless. Isn't it another card for Eldrazi? Looks like a constructed design, totally. If we get to stage 4, you had Bahamut on the table for the other stages. Really? Hold on. No, other permanents. The price of collector booster box will raise in price. About 650 euros? Oh yeah, that's insane. Honestly, I don't know. I don't want to speculate on that because honestly, I have no idea. So you would think it is a card for constructed, right? Eldrazi. It needs to attack, yeah, but it has flying, so why not? Honestly, 5 mana for a modern Eldrazi is like easy. What? It could be like turn 2. Bahamut comment was about you wondering if stage 4 was good. If you had the creature in play that long. That's true. That's true. You probably, yeah. Don't need to worry about it. I agree. Exactly. And being it, excuse me, 9 mana spell. But Ultima, speaking of limits, okay, so would you first pick it? It is a rare. Would you first pick it? Like in my mind, like why not? Because you do not commit to any color. It is like what? Listen, 5 mana 4/4 flyer. Why not? It is a legend which can have an additional synergy. Not sure about this ability, but also if you're in 2 colors, if you're not crazy multicolored, this maybe even can ramp you out. For example, I don't know, your forest now becomes this land that gives you 2 colorless. Yeah, I mean, all in all, like for limited, it's good. Definitely. Ooh, next up is a vehicle. Adventurer's Airship for 3 mana. We have a 3/2 with crew 2. Flying. Whenever it attacks, draw a card, then discard a card. I mean, it's not exciting, right? It looks like a filler. Looks like a filler mostly for Azorius. We've seen that rare in Cruel, but it is a rare. And I would not first pick it, so it's already gone. And then, like, maybe you see this as a very late pick. You would probably want something like that in Azorius and the rest. No, not so much. It definitely ramps you out, like this one. This one, yeah, like so mediocre. Crew 2 also like. Ooh, this is a mythic. Legendary artifact equipment, Night Tier and Prigwen. 6 mana. Equipped creature has base power and toughness XX, where X is your life total, and if it costs is 5. Oh my god. Oh, it is super expensive. Smuggler's Copter. Yeah. This one. Seems real bad, to say the least, right? Well, no lifelink. No trample, no evasion, like no nothing. What is this? Am I a joke to you? To pay 6 mana and then equip 5? Exactly. This is outrageous. Outrageous. And it's a mythic. Yeah. Blitzball. Can a non-creature be your commander? That's a good question. I have no idea. I guess somebody in chat can answer that. Who plays commander? I do not. Anyway, Blitzball, moving on. It's a 3 mana artifact. Add 1 mana of any color. Go! For sacrifice, so it has 2 activate abilities. First is a mana rock, and second one, sacrifice this artifact, draw 2 cards, activate only if an opponent was dealt combat damage by a legendary creature this turn. Well, I guess cards like that, you would only play it if absolutely necessary. Yeah, this is it. This is it. You don't want to play mana rock like this, I guess. You'd want to have better ways to stabilize or better ways to ramp out. I love it. You really talk people into letting play as a good. Okay, this one. This better be good. Buster Sword. It's a mythic one. 3 mana artifact equipment. Equipped creature gets +3/+2. Equip cost is 2. Okay, already, right? Look at the difference. Whenever equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. Then you may cast a spell from your hand with mana value less than or equal to that damage without paying its mana cost. Okay, now this is promising. Still, it is quite a lot, but I guess it is manageable. The problem is that, again, it does not give any sort of evasion. +3/+2. I get it that it's not nothing. No, you would still first pick it, right? So, of course, there is crazy synergy with other rares, but like, hold on to your horses. Those are rares as well. No, I mean, yeah, you would probably first pick it still. It's colorless, and then yeah, in wars maybe it would be the best. It's a mythic. It's a mythic. No. Yeah, sure. Yeah, very. Yeah, of course. Yeah. And I guess in Boar specifically, this ability is going to work nicely. Like mid game, sure. It's pretty busted. I agree. The thing is that still requires some kind of work, but at the same time, not really. You just have to have a creature, honestly, and then bust with the Buster Sword. Yeah, I agree. No. Okay, Elixir for 1 mana artifact. This artifact enters tapped. For 5 mana and tap, exile this artifact. Shuffle all non-land cards from your graveyard into your library. You gain life equal to the number of cards shuffled into your library this way. So again, I'm like, what's up with that? We do have a lot of life gain in this set, but we do not have decent payoffs or like strong payoffs for this archetype or sub-archetype to exist. Curiosity that also gives +3/+2. Can be re-equipped. Rest is bonus. Sure. Let me read it again. So it enters tapped. So first of all, as an artifact, it's a cheap artifact. Maybe you need it for this artifact wall, as I call it, to trigger something when artifact enters into the battlefield. And then, yeah, like the rest is not really important, I guess, in this specific archetype, but okay. I guess if you really need that artifact fall to trigger, yeah, you can play it. Otherwise, I wouldn't. Or if you're like in this heavy, grindy type of a deck, self-mill, then maybe. So you don't deck out. I don't know. Maybe as a sideboard card, if you're playing this grindy mirror match. Then maybe 2. And best of 3 draft. Yeah, so we agree. We agree on that, yeah. Totally. Yeah, just to prevent yourself from decking out, or again, just as a cheap artifact to trigger that artifact fall. That's it. Otherwise, do not play it. Next up, Excalibur 2 or Excalibur 2nd. Help me out here. Yeah, alrighty. 1 mana equipment. Let's go. Equip cost is 3. It's a rare. Whenever you gain life, put a charge counter on Excalibur. Okay. I've just complained how we do not have a life gain payoffs. Seems like here it is. Equipped creature gets +1/+1 for each charge counter and Excalibur 2. Oh. But the thing is that it is a rare. Excalibur 1. I don't think so. Or have we? It is. It is your life gain payoff for sure. Excalibur. Yes, because in Japanese they do not have L, and they do not have V. The sounds, they do not have them. So instead of L, they pronounce R, and instead of V, it's B. I learned Japanese actually. So this one, what's your first pick? It is definitely built around. It needs a lot of work. Yeah, I wouldn't. Same thing. Also, I don't think that it is a strong enough payoff, to be honest. It's like, imagine if it says that put the amount of charge, like put charge counters equal to the amount of life you gain this turn. That would be like, okay, yeah, then probably it would be worth it, but okay. Hello, Purple Raven Kitty. Same. Oh, exactly, yeah. Except for, again, it's a cheap artifact. But to be honest, I don't think it's worth it. Right. And constructed, true. Yes. Again, maybe just a constructed design. Well, again, there is a lot of life gain in the set, but not enough good payoffs for that archetype to really exist as a separate one. Next up is another rare, Genji Glove. For 5 mana, have artifact equipment. Equipped creature has double strike. Okay, at least there's that. So, equip for 5. this card, this spell costs 5 mana and equip cost is 3, and whenever equipped creature attacks, if it's the first combat phase of the turn, untap it. After this phase, there is an additional combat phase. Okay. This is like, compared to the previous one, okay. Like, I get it that it costs 5 mana, but honestly, this can be just exactly what you need to finish off the game. Whoa. Nice. Instant ramen. I've seen this card on Twitter. At first, I didn't think it was real. For 2 mana, we have Artifact Food with Flash. When it enters, draw a card. And you can sacrifice it as any food token and gain 3 life. Yeah, exactly. Oh, it's good. It's good. Very nice. Especially to trigger that artifact fall again. It would be just, you know. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't want to play it because you still want to have some sort of synergy to justify playing it. I know that you draw a card, so it's sort of like you get a card back by casting it, but you want to have synergy still. So for that Azorius artifact, I guess maybe Dimir / Esper artifacts, something like that. Yanamel, thank you so much for your follow. I apologize if I mispronounced your name, but I do apologize for follow. Might be decent in Ragdas too. Well, yeah, it is a non-creature spell for sure. So yeah, you'll have to see. I guess it's going to be useful. Useful little card. Next up is Iron Giant. For 7 mana, we have Artifact Creature 6/6 with Vigilance, Reach, and Trample. It's like as if you do not have enough of these overcosted creatures in this set. But okay. I mean, yeah, sure. If you're in this ramp deck, I guess why not? But you can probably pick it up quite late. I don't know. Next up, Lionheart. For 4 mana, we have Artifact Equipment with equip cost 2. When it enters, it deals 2 damage to any target. Okay. Equipped creature gets +2/+1. Not bad. Like, yeah, for 2 mana, maybe 2 damage. It's not exciting, but like, come on. It is a permanent that stays. It is an equipment. I like it. I like the design of it. So again, Boris or Azorius. Sure. Maybe not a very high pick, but I wouldn't mind playing it in any of those archetypes. Next up, Lunatic Pandora. For 1 mana, we have Legendary Artifact with 2 activated abilities. For 2 and tap, Surveil 1. And for 6 and tap, sacrifice it, destroy target non-land permanent. So in these cards, we've seen again similar designs to this one before. Like you played, like if you really need it, you know, if you do not have enough removal, if you do not have enough cards, the fact that it surveils, yes, maybe it can be useful. It's a cheap artifact, but you know what? It is a filler for sure. In my mind. Magic Pod. For 3 mana, we have Artifact Creature 1/4. When it dies, create a treasure token, and it has an activate ability for 2 and tap, exile target card from a graveyard. Another filler. It is sort of an expandable creature. Crave Hate, but no. Not exciting. Ooh, the Masamune. For 3 mana, Legendary Artifact Equipment in a rare slot. Equip cost 2. Okay, what does it do? So far so good. As long as equipped creature is attacking, it has first strike and must be blocked if able. Alright. Equipped creature has. If a creature dying causes a triggered ability of this creature or an emblem you own to trigger, this ability triggers an additional time. Okay. Okay. So, let's assume you open this rare. First pick. Would you? Yes or no? If you do, you would probably want to be in Orjov or something so you can get the best out of the second ability, right? Looks like more of a constructed design to me, to be honest. But to be fair, we can just forget about this second ability, I guess. And if you focus only on the first one, so we do have an artifact for 3 with equip 2. If we are in Boris, let's imagine. So Boris is probably the most aggressive archetype of all, and it is heavily based on equipment synergy. There are cards that reduce the equip cost and whatnot. Like we equip, I don't know, our biggest creature, right? Somewhere mid to late game, then not only we basically remove our opponent's creature, but we also deal damage. So like, can paint this picture, for example. But defensively, yes, exactly nothing. I don't know. I'm confused. I don't know. I'm really conflicted about whether or not I would want to first pick it. If I do, I would want to be in Boris most likely, and nothing else. Or Cruel maybe, but again, just to maximize synergy, still Boris. Monk's Fist. Hold on. Let's come back. And then second turn 3. I agree, like, it's a big investment for an aggro deck, that's true. So ideally what? It's not your 3-drop, it's your 5-drop. So you cast it and equip it and attack the same turn. This is it. I think for an aggro deck you have to consider it like this. Not as your 3-drop, but more like as your 5-drop. Yeah, or something like that. Works too. Anyway, next up is Monk's Fist for 2 mana. Have equipment with Job Select. Equip cost is 2. Equipped creature gets +1/+0 and is a monk in addition to his other type. Listen, this is easy. This is your 2-drop that goes everywhere, literally. In any deck, it would be good. In particular, Azorius and Boris, of course. It's your 2-drop. Nice. Manards 32. Hello, thank you so much for your follow. Sure, I like it. Easy. Poo poo UFO. For 2 mana, we have an artifact creature 0/4 with flying. It has 2 activated abilities. For tap, you may put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield. And for 3 mana, until end of turn, this creature's base power becomes equal to the number of towns you control. Ooh. I have a feeling that it's not as bad as it looks at the first sight, because think of the landfall triggers. But then, like, the design of this card is quite defensive, and the cruel archetype is very aggro. Dingus Sag. Hello, thank you so much for a follow. No haste and play. The 1/1 from one should be one. Oh, that's true. Yeah, it doesn't have. I mean, yeah. Overall, the design is very defensive, and yeah. Thank you. Probably no, thank you. Ooh, it's a rare. The Regalia, 4 mana, legendary artifact vehicle, 4/4 with haste and crew 1. Alrighty, I like it. What does it do? Whenever the Regalia attacks, reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal a land card. Put that card onto the battlefield tapped and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. I mean, great, right? This is pretty easy. Again, being it colorless spell, first pick one, easy. Honestly, it doesn't need much, doesn't need any additional synergy, and nothing. It would be good everywhere, but again, in particular, maybe in this landfall decks, in cruel landfall, so we can trigger that. But honestly, it's an artifact, so Azorius, but anywhere really. Yeah, landfall enabler, of course, like solid, absolutely, I love it. Next up, oh wow, Relentless X at M092. Did I do well? For 6 mana, we have a creature 6/5. This creature can be blocked except by 3 or more creatures, and for 8 mana, return this card from your graveyard to battle tapped with the penalty counter on it. This first glance, this like not good, but 6 mana in the set is not a lot. 6 mana is like a reasonable amount of mana. But all jokes aside, I think it is playable. You know what? Exactly. Nice cheap spell. Only 6 mana. Take it. And then you can bring it back. I don't know, maybe still like somewhere in the filter area. And yes, of course, I believe you can pick it up pretty late. It is uncommon though, but yeah. So the thing is that yes, sure, I would play it, but I wouldn't pick it early. That's where it stands. Next up, Ring of the Lucy. 4 mana, legendary artifact, add 2 colorless, and for 2 and tap, pay 1 life, tap target non-land permanent. Oh, this is interesting. So, it is a mana rock essentially, but not only that. The problem is that it's still quite expensive, that second ability, so I don't care as much for the first ability that it adds to colorless, but the last ability that it has, it may be quite something, but I don't know. If only it was 1 mana in tap, then maybe, because overall it is expensive. Manipulator. Yes. So it is quite versatile. Like allows you to skip your 5-drop and go straight to your 6-drop, or even 7, right? This may be not nothing, so I don't know. Again, I guess if you really need it, you would play it, but yeah, maybe not. World Map. For 1 mana with artifact with 2 activated abilities. Again, for 1 mana and tap, sacrifice this artifact, search your library for a basic land card, reveal it, put it in your hand, then shuffle. And for 3 and tap, sacrifice this artifact, search your library for a land card, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle. Hold on, what? I'm seeing double. For a land card, not for basic land cards. Okay, like alright. I mean, sure, of course it's a mana stabilization. yeah, got it. I'm like... of course, it's a good one. It's a good one almost in any deck. If you need mana stabilization, if you need, again, this artifact synergy, sure. With Ujin in standard, maybe. Okay, next up, Magitech Scythe. For 4 mana, it's a rare artifact equipment with equip cost 2. When it enters, you may attach it to target creature you control. Okay, well, thanks for that. If you do, that creature gains first strike until end of turn and must be blocked this turn if able. Equipped creature gets +2/+1. Okay, I guess same thing. You would first pick it and then again try and build an aggro deck with it. This is quite easy, honestly. No flash. Yeah, no flash, but so what? It's not like as a combo trick. It would probably be better. I agree, but still, no. Oh, it's fine. It's fine for that Boris equipment archetype, I think. Yeah, I would say it's the same, you know? So again, at this stage of the game, like your turn 4, you would have some board presence. At least if you're in aggro, most definitely you have to ensure you, like, ideally, basically remove your opponent's creature with that ability. Then it stays on. Maybe you have some additional synergy as well on the artifacts and equipments. No, definitely, it's probably one of the like solid ones that we've seen. Doesn't cause you to win the game when your opponent loses the game. Why even bother? Yeah, exactly. Honestly, I feel like I have to frame it. When your opponent loses the game, you win the game. We do not agree for less. Next up is Ultimate Weapon for 7 mana legendary equipment. And equip cost is 7. Whenever equipped creature attacks, destroy target creature and opponent controls. Equipped creature gets +7/+7. Oh. Like, what? I don't know what to make out of it. 7 mana equipment and equip cost is 7. 7. So I guess if it all works out, so it's a lot. It's a big investment, right? So just imagine you tap out for 7 and you do nothing, basically. You do not affect board at all. And then if nothing happens, next turn you're able to equip it for 7 again. and if it all works out, if your opponent does not have a removal for that creature for some reason, or does not have a removal for your weapon, yeah, okay. You get there. First pick of this. If you have a way to cheat that costs, yes. If you maybe have some cost reducing, like equip cost reducing cards, then again, yes. Right, exactly, yes. My thoughts. Oh wow, listen, if I open this card tomorrow, I'll be so conflicted. I don't know. Yeah, I'll have to see. Oh my god, but just as without any additional help, so to speak. It's horrendous. Yeah, just try it at least once. Okay. Yeah. You gotta see it to believe it, right? Okay, so this is it for non-land permanents. Let's move on to the lands, and first one is Adventurers Inn, and it's a town, so I guess all of the not basic lands should be towns. I would assume so. When it enters, you gain 2 life, and it adds Colorless. It doesn't enter untapped, you gain 2 life. Or if you need towns, if you're not in that multicolored archetype, sure. If you need towns again, oh, it's a rare towns. Oh, those are constructed lands. No, hold on. This enters tapped. It gives green or blue, so it is called the Land Garden Seed Academy, or Seed Academy. Sorry. For 7 mana and tap, transform this land. This ability costs 1 less to activate for each other town you control. Okay. And it transforms into a vehicle 5/4 with crew 1 and flying. And whenever it attacks, draw a card. Nice. Nice. Yes, please. I mean, sure, it's great. It's very good, but it is a rare. And as always with rare lands, it's a little bit underwhelming, but here it's not just a land. You can actually transform it into an awesome permanent, actually. Very, very good one. Very impactful. Nice. To be fair, if there is like literally nothing better, I would first pick it for sure. It's nice. Okay, it's good. Next one is Barren Airship Kingdom. Okay, so we do have dual lands. So yeah, multicolored. Hello, town. This one in Izzet colors. Good. Capital city. This town adds or gives you colorless. For 1 and tap, you may add mana of any color, and has cycling. Oh, good. Honestly, the fact that it has cycling is perfect. Love it. Clive's Hideaway. It's a rare. Hideaway 4. Okay. Adds colorless, and for 2 and tap, you may play the exiled card without paying its mana cost if you control 4 or more legendary creatures. To be fair, it shouldn't be that hard. There are a lot of legends in the set. Oh, pretty interesting, honestly. These lands. Nice. Crossroads Village. It enters tapped, and as it enters, choose a color. Add 1 mana of the chosen color. Perfect. I mean, yeah, you're a mass civilization. It's a town. Yeah, very sweet. Eden, Seed of the Sanctum. town that adds colorless for 5 and tap, mill 2 cards. Then you may sacrifice this land. When you do, return another target permanent card from your graveyard to your hand. Well, it's a utility land more than anything, right? I quite like it. It's a self-mill, and then the fact that you may return like any permanent, not necessarily the ones that you just milled. Quite nice, you know, this grind fest. Yeah, if you can afford the color, true. Yeah, nice. Gone Town of Ruin. It's a Golgari dual land, enters tapped in a common slot. Nice, great, love it. The Gold Saucer. Town that adds colorless for 2 and tap, flip a coin. If you win the flip, create a treasure token. For 3 and tap, sacrifice 2 artifacts, draw a card. Oh, this is interesting. This is a pretty neat utility land. Where would I want to play at? Like this 2 abilities, they look more like mana sinkers to me, but I mean, why not? So like Town Synergy. Harlimas, hello, thank you so much for your follow. Sacrificing draw card, sure. Like on its own, it can work on its own, but it is slow. But at the same time, if you do have some like additional synergy, maybe Orzhov, where you would have like artifacts, cheap artifacts, or Ragdas, or Azorius. Yeah, why not? Junkie X3, hello, thank you so much for your follow. Okay, moving on. Gone Gaga, Reactor Town. It's a cruel tap land, jewel land. Nice. This one. Simic. Those are great. Orzhov. Boris. Azorius. Starting town now. This land enters tapped unless it's your first, second, or third turn of the game. It's a rare land. It adds colorless, and for tap and 1 life, add 1 mana of any color. Yeah, now this land you would not really want to first pick, right? Like this land. No. Do we skip it? And then hope to somehow pick it up later. But like, bear in mind, it's a rare. Next up is a Dimir, Jewel Land, Ragdas, Celestia, and what? This is it? This is it. Alright, so here we have it. We read the whole spoiler of Magic the Gathering and Final Fantasy set, limited set. Oh wow, this was an experience. Honestly, I did not expect it. It definitely does not look like your normal limited set to me. Yay, we did it. Yes, I'm excited. And I'm ready to be wrong about some of my predictions. Thank you, Zeph. I appreciate it. Yes, me too. I'm super excited. I'm very curious to see how it all works out in terms of limited. So, oh, thank you. Oh no, it's part 2. So I'm going to upload part 1 on my YouTube channel, which is at Mr. and Mrs. Spike, and I'm going to upload later this VOD as well, of course. So yeah, it was my pure first impressions. So thank you all, appreciate you all, and tomorrow, don't forget to tune in at 7 p.m. Central European Time. I'm going to stream the Early Access Streamer event on Magic Arena followed up with Thursday, starting at 11 a.m. Central European Time. So hope to see you then. And we're going to draft too. So I'm just going to indulge myself in the limited gameplay all along. So yeah, stay tuned. Also, you can pull up all of my updates, streaming schedule, VOD uploads on Twitter /X at cpgirl_. And yes, here we have it. Thank you. If you're not following me already, just a gentle reminder to hit that button. It would mean a lot to me. And have a great one. Let's raid somebody. Give me now. Okay, sure. Let's go to Neat Talks. All right. Thanks again. See you. Bye-bye.